Hey guys, it's Cal from the Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this consultation series. We're going to give you all kinds of tips and tricks for effectively and properly lighting up your home. This is a free consultation that we do for all our clients. So if you want to get your free consultation, just shoot me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca. Send me a few pictures and we'll give you a video presentation of what lights are going to work best with your property, or go and visit us at lightingdoctor.ca or go check out all our videos on YouTube. First off, you probably are thinking of accenting a lot of these palm trees. And when I say accenting, probably just using a light like this, unless you want to completely hide the light source. So the only thing with this is obviously this top portion will be sticking out of the ground a bit. Not really a big deal, but if you want to completely conceal it so you don't even see the light, you might want to consider going with some in-ground lights. The only thing is they are a little bit more expensive, but they just go flush in the ground, so it creates the same effect, but you don't see the light at all. Which the reason I mention that is because that could be kind of cool, because you do have such a nice beach area or nice areas like this that maybe you don't want to see that light sticking out. Not that it's really that much of an eyesore, but just something to think about. So either way, both lights will do the same thing. It's just whether or not you want to see the source or not. But yeah, I would definitely use those accent lights on these palm trees, and wherever you're placing them, just consider the viewing angle. So if you want this tree to look good from, I'll call it the street side here, then obviously place it in the front over here. If you want it to look good kind of from the driveway, from the house, you're probably going to place it over there, and you're going to want to get it fairly close somewhere in here and have that. I think we had discussed this yesterday. If not, I talked to so many people yesterday, I can't remember, but shooting it, fairly upwards and not trying to direct it at the tree. It will just minimize the hot spot and really make it look good. But and I don't think you need to light every single tree on the property, but I would probably do this guy, probably do this bigger guy in the back, and then and you might want to just do this bigger guy or this guy. And then I'll give you a thought for here, something you may want to do, because this doesn't look like it's concrete. So if you can still kind of dig some lines in, this is where I would probably use, like I said, I would probably use an in-ground light like this, and I would actually accent that area. So I would actually dig those lights in flush kind of right here on the side of the garage and accent this whole section. I would have one right in this middle pillar that would accent this, and I would have one here that would accent this, and it would make this area really pop. I think lighting the home and the architectural feature, especially from a drive-in standpoint like that, is one of the things most people miss the most, and I think that would look amazing. So just a thought for you there. As we go around in this front island area, again, whether you want to use the accent lights or the in-ground lights, what I would do is I would just I would try and surround this area a little bit, and maybe get like an accent light in here, over here, and like over here. It's really up to you how many you want to put. The key is just even spacing. So if you put 3 lights, just space them evenly between the 3 lights. If you want to put 4, if you want to put 5, it's totally up to you. Just keep the spacing even between all the lights, so it looks like it's kind of a nice balanced look. And realistically, I think I don't think you need really more than 4 lights in this whole area. You don't need to light up the whole thing. You just want to kind of create that effect and make that stand out a little bit. And then I love your property. Like seriously, I had to come visit. But again, with all these palm trees, just using the accent lights or the in-ground lights, I know it's a little bit more, but I like the in-ground lights just because you can just totally hide that light. But again, it just depends on budget and stuff. But on a tree like this, I would probably almost try and get 2 to highlight both sides of the trunk. And then probably one on this guy, probably one on this guy. And again, just keep in mind your viewing angle. If you want to see it from the deck, you want to have them on this side. If you want them to see it from the walkway, then you want to obviously place them on the other side of the tree. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then you got some cool other features. Again, another great spot for one. So and that's where you can balance it. You don't need to have them the same viewing angle from everything. So maybe these trees here, you want to have them look really good from the walkway, and then the trees that are out here, maybe you want to have those looking good from the house. So you'd place that over here, and then these ones you'd place it on the other side, or vice versa. But again, it's good to have a balance so it looks really cool from here and really cool from the house. And not that you're not still going to get that effect regardless what side
you put that light on, it's going to be more prominent from whichever side you put that on. So just keep that in mind for viewing angles. I'm not too sure what your plan was for the walkway here. I don't know if this is your call it walkway, boulevard, or I don't know exactly what you call it. We don't have many beaches up here, so but I'll give you a cool idea that could work really well. I'm not sure if you're thinking about path lights, but it almost looks like this area is a little sunken and it might be tough to use path lights. So when I talk about the path lights, some people call them like mushroom lights, but something like this, right? And if you're going to use something like that, or the other option I'm going to suggest, regardless, I think what's important is just, staggering them is going to spread that light out more. So you might want to have one here, and then you have another one here, and you have another one here, and another one here. It just stretches out, stretches that light out, so you can use fewer lights, as opposed to if you have one like here and here, well then you're just lighting a big circle area here, and then you put two over here, and then you're just lighting a big, so you have these dark spots where if you stagger them, it kind of has consistent light the whole way through. If you can't use those path lights, or you want to try something a little different, this is what I would recommend. It's not on our website, but we do have access to these, but it's a light like this. So it's actually like a wall light, like a kind of a hardscape light like this. But what I like to do with something like this is actually instead of having it vertical, have it horizontal, so that when you're doing the your walkway here, you could actually place it right on the edge and have it shining across like this. And same thing, staggering it. The only thing is you want to have it as close to the edge as possible, because that could become a little bit of a tripping hazard. But it's a really cool effect because it just kind of washes that light across the walkway. So just another thought I thought I would share with you. And then also here, I think it would be really cool if you could light this wall up. Two ways you could do it. One is easier, the other will look better. So one way is just with path lights. I think if you just have some path and garden lights, so for example, if you're going to accent this tree with an accent light, accent this one with an accent light, you might want to consider putting a path light kind of on the edge here. It's going to light up a little bit of this area, and because you have that nice white sand, you're really going to get some nice reflection, and that light will it'll be brighter than if you put it on a dark area, but also some of that light's going to kind of cascade down this wall. So you could do that here, or another option which I really like is using like a wash light like this, that just basically shines straight down, and now you can go and you might have to put it under one of these caps. So I don't know how permanent those stones are, but you could either put it under there, or you could somehow secure it to the top here, even just with some like landscape cement or something like that. It's best to try and get it under one of these, but it's a really cool look because again, you accent this, and then you have that light here that shines down on the wall. You accent this, and then you highlight down on the wall here, you highlight down on the wall there. Would look really cool. So it's a little more work, only because you got to find a way to secure it here as opposed to just digging it in. But again, it's a way where you hide that light source. You won't see like a big path light sticking out. You would just see the effect at night. So something else to think about. Again, an accent light on this tree would look great. And like I said, if you can use those in-ground lights and really accent the front of the house here, I think is something you'll want to consider anyway. This big tree, same thing. If you can, I'm not sure if that's concrete or not, that would be a great tree to accent if that's something you want to accent. I would still use the same either accent or in-ground light. The only thing is I might put a slightly brighter bulb in there with a little bit of a sharper angle, so it shoots that light up that tree a little bit further. And then I'm not sure if this is still that front area or not, or another area like that, but same concept. Whatever direction you want to view this from, I would use some sort of accent light, again, whether it's accent or in ground, and just choose how many you want in this area. I think you could probably do 3, again, no more than 4, and just have them evenly spaced would make that area stand out. And then yes, same thing. I mean, something like this would be really cool to accent from whichever your viewing angle is, and a little walkway area like this. This might be a cool area to have those path lights maybe on both sides, or depending on how long this walkway is, just because it's not a super long one. And it just gives you a balance of all kinds of different lights. You've got some wall lights, some accent lights, some in-ground lights, some path lights. So it's just a really good balance. So have a look at all that. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, I'm not great at going off of schematics or plans like this. I'm kind of more of a visual guy, so hopefully those ideas I gave you give you a good example. But give me a shout, and we can talk about them a little more. All right, thanks, Don.
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video presentation with some great tips and tools on how to go and properly and effectively light up your landscape. And be sure, if you want your own free consultation video just like that one, send me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca with a few pictures of your property, and we'll get back to you with some really cool ideas and ways to go and effectively light your property. And be sure to watch the videos after this one for more tips on how to install landscape lighting, as well as how to light up your landscape the best way possible.